What I saw in Petra didn't feel real. Let me show you.
After wandering through the stunning canyon, she finally saw the Treasury, built by the Nabataeans over 2,000 years ago as a tomb for a king, but never actually used to store treasure despite its name.
Wow, this is insane. Take a moment here, sit down, have a coffee. It's even more impressive in person than in videos. Tip, get a Jordan pass so you can save money and time.
Beyond the Treasury, tombs and temples lined the paths, each telling a story of the Nabataeans. She could hardly believe what she was seeing, especially when exploring smaller tombs and hidden passageways. Every discovery filled her with joy and wonder, and she felt thrilled she had taken the leap to come here.
Do not just rush to the famous spots. I decided to spend 2 days here. In my opinion, 1 day is not enough if you want to really explore, take photos, and soak in the vibe without rushing.
She thought she had seen all of Petra, but then she spotted a long climb up the hills. Curious, she followed the path, and there it was, the monastery, rising from the cliffs, monumental and isolated. More breathtaking than she could ever imagined.
The climb is steep and can be challenging for some, but the views along the hike take your breath away. If you are really struggling, you can hire a donkey to help with the climb.
After admiring the monastery, she spotted trails leading further up to the mountains. She was nervous about the heights, but this trip was about testing herself.
But the views were worth it. In the next episode, I will be stepping into Wadi Rum, a vast desert of golden sands and towering rocks that takes your breath away.